Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We are going to talk about how to add some distance to your fly cast. It's not only important to have the right form and technique, but it's also important that you can reach the fish that's rising 60, 70, 80, dare I say 100 feet in front of you. Hey, if you like videos like this, consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials just like this. So if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button in the corner, click the little bell icon for notifications. It'll give you notifications when I post the next video, and hit the thumbs up if you like the video. So thanks again for your support, guys. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. Today I'm going to show you how to put some distance on your fly cast. Whenever you're casting a fly rod, it's important to be able to shoot that fly out to that rising fish. And I'm going to show you a technique and demonstrate how to cast that fly line just a bit further than you are today. All right, let's do this. So the first thing you need to consider is technique. Again, in my previous video when I talked about how to cast a fly rod, you want to make sure that the fly rod doesn't go any further back than 10 o'clock and no further forward than 2 while casting. You also want to mind the cadence, right? You want to be able to wait long enough on your back cast before sending the fly line forward. In another video, we talked about double hauling. You are going to need to employ that technique to be able to effectively shoot that line out and get the distance that you're hoping for. All right, let's do this. So of course, the first thing you want to do is get enough fly line out, right? If you know that you're going to shoot that line way in front of you, you want to get enough fly line out to be able to do that. All right, so make sure you watch my form, watch the double hauling, and also we're going to do something called false casting, which is when you bring the rod back and forth, but the fly never touches the water. Let's demonstrate. Now see, I'm starting to do the double haul. All right, that was about a 60-foot cast. All right, let's demonstrate. Now I've got about 40 feet of line out. All right, that was about an 80-foot cast. All right, now let's really punch this out. That was about a 100-foot cast. As you can see, I have casted all of my fly line, my floating line that's on the reel. So with this technique and not a ton of effort, you can shoot 100 feet of line out on any given cast if you use that technique. And that's how you add some distance to your casting. Okay guys, let's review everything once again. Okay, first again, form is important. No further back than 10, no further forward than 2. Very important that you have a good form when trying to reach distance on your fly rod. Next, you want to do the double haul. As I talked about in another video, it's about building line speed on the rod, loading the rod up so it shoots the line out further. So again, see that technique? That is a double haul. So that creates load on the rod, both on your back cast and your forward cast, which generates line speed so you can shoot that line out. So another very important thing to be able to do. Next is cadence. You want to have a nice, easy cadence. If you're just starting out with fly casting, when you go to your back cast, wait just a half second longer before bringing it forward. A lot of mistakes that are made is if you come forward too quickly, the line doesn't have the time to fully extend behind you and then shoot forward. So just wait a half a second longer on your back cast before bringing the fly forward. So again, let me demonstrate. Just wait a little longer on that back cast. Just be patient and have nice form. Think of a hand of a grandfather clock, back and forth. Good form, you're double hauling. And lastly, the other technique is false casting. What I'm doing right now is false casting. You can see the line is not hitting the ground. That is a false cast. You need to be able to do this to be able to effectively shoot the line out 60, 80, or 100 feet. And if your form is right and you're generating line speed with a double haul, it's really easy to keep all this line up in the air. So let's get a lot of line out and I'll demonstrate just how easy it is to keep. In this case, I've got about 50 feet of line that's being false cast. I'm just keeping it in the air by having good technique and good form and using the double haul. See that? Just being patient on my back cast. As I get more and more line out, I'm waiting a little bit longer on my back cast before I shoot it forward. Just like that, I've nearly cast all my fly line. That was about a 90-foot cast with very little effort because I used the proper technique, the double haul, and false casting. So the other thing to remember, my fellow fly fishers, is that you're not always going to have to cast 100 feet. But it's sure nice to have that skill set in your back pocket in case you need to reach way out there for a fish, because the inevitability of you being on a river or a boat or float tube fishing is that you see that rising fish that's just beyond your typical casting range. Being able to cast line that far really just kind of puts an extra tool in your tool belt to be able to reach that fish and catch that fish. The other thing to remember is you're not going to be able to go right out to your favorite fishing hole and be able to shoot the line 100 feet after watching this video. It's very important that you take the time to practice. As you notice that I was out in the field, find a big space, go to a park. If you got a big enough yard yourself, practice in the yard, put on a fly, cut the hook off, and really practice the technique, practice the cadence, and then get out there on your favorite fishing hole and attempt that big hero cast. So practice, practice, practice. It will take you some time. Don't get frustrated. You'll get there with practice. I've been fly fishing now for a little over 30 years, so I've got some time, but it took me really a few years to really master the art of casting, and now it's just second nature. I don't even think about it, and you're gonna get there too. So just practice, be patient, you'll get there. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in and fish on.